A lot of birds out today. Outdoor rings workout. I'm going to do some beginner calisthenics. First, I'm doing some wrist warm-ups. I would say your wrists and your shoulders are the most important when it comes to warming up, for me at least anyway. Gonna do some pull-ups first. But to warm up with pull-ups, I do Australian rows. So if you get your rings, set them to about waist height, just about in line with your belly button. And then drop down. Keep your feet together, arms about shoulder width apart. Today, I'm going to do a maximum reps test as well. So, let's see here. Rows. I'm going to do 10. This is week 1. I'm going to do a max test. I normally rest about 1 to 3 minutes between warm-up sets. But the idea with warm-ups is that you're doing 2 light sets per warm-up exercise. So for rows, I'm doing 10 reps. On the rings as well, I find the most comfortable grip is knuckles to the sky. Keep your feet together. Nice. I'm definitely warm now. 10. So, 20 rows to warm up. And then we'll do pull-ups. This is my workout tracker. So, I'm going to warm up with rows, and today I'm going to do a max reps test. So, I'm going to see how many pull-ups I can do on the rows in one set with good form and without stopping. Let's see. Thanks for joining, guys. Max reps. Trying to get these so they're even. I've got some new straps coming. These don't have numbers on. I've got some new straps coming that I've got numbers on, so hopefully that'll make it easier to see where you're at when you're adjusting them. Take a step back and see. No, this one needs to be a bit lower. How's that looking? Is that even? I don't know, now it looks uneven. How's that? I think that'll do. A bit higher. Okay, that'll do. Cool. So I'm going to try and get a max reps test in here. Because last time I worked out, I did max reps, but I did max reps on a bar, which is going to be a lot different to, if I can find it. Where did I, oh yeah, there it is. So last time I did my max rep test, I did 17 pistol squats, 20 dips and 11 pull-ups. But on the rings, I'm not expecting to get those numbers. But let's see, I think it'd be interesting to compare what we got on the straight bar versus what I can get on the rings. But let's see, I'm gonna try and get a max reps test in now with pull-ups. So we warmed up with Australian rows, and then I'm gonna try and get in max reps now. Take the mic off, so I'm not breathing down your ears. All right, let's do it. I don't know if I was 13 or 14, but I think I was 13. 13 reps, and then the 14th one failed. I'm definitely out of breath now. Okay, so that was anyone there. So got there. Pull-ups 13. On the notes as well, it's rings. Rings, 13 reps, pull-ups. So I'll try and do dips next. Cool, so for dips, I'm gonna do, my handwriting's terrible. If you can read that, I'll be shocked. For dips, I'm gonna do band assisted dips. But now I know for pull-ups how many reps to train with. That's the whole reason why I do. The whole reason why I do a max rep test is to work out how many reps I should be training with. Because I think, especially with bodyweight workouts, it's difficult to understand how many reps to do because the weight stays the same. Obviously, if you're doing a standard gym workout using weights, you can change the reps and the weights as you like. But if you're doing calisthenics, it's all body weight. So how do you determine how many reps to do? My method is by working out what your maximum reps is first, and then multiplying that number by 0.8, which essentially gets you 80% of your maximum capacity, which essentially forces you to train very close to failure, but not actually hitting failure every set. So for example, if you do a max rep test on pull-ups and you get 10 pull-ups, your training reps will be 8. It's 10 times 0.8 is 8. So 80% of your max volume. You have to do the band, I think, to get some dips in. In fact, actually, I'm going to just do old school push-ups to warm up for dips. Let me see, can you guys still see me if I go on the ground? Just tilt the camera forward. I know you guys can see me from them. Okay. Yeah, warm up for dips, just standard push-ups. Keep your arms about shoulder width apart, feet together, keep your elbows tucked in. Fancy. Change that. So we'll do push-ups. Push-ups, and we did 20. So 20 reps. Cool. I feel warm now, so I think I'm good for a warm-up set of push-ups. We can get straight into the dips now. Oh. Should I do a maximum dips test without the band? I don't know if there's much point. I think I can only do about 3 dips without the band. Maybe we should. I think because we did the pull-ups without a band, I think it makes sense to do dips without a band. And then I think depending on what we get, if I only do 3 dips, I won't do 3 times 0.8. I think I'll swap to a band. But if you don't have a band, I'm trying to think of a way you can make it easier with a band. How can you do dips without a band and make it easier? I've got me thinking now. How would you do dips? If you didn't have a resistance band, how would you do dips? How would you do them? Got an idea here. I think I've got an idea. I think you do this. I think if you don't have a resistance band at home, you do dips like this. Keep your feet on the ground. Oh. Yeah, that's how you do it. If you don't have a band, so if you're at home and you haven't got a band, keep your feet on the ground and do dips. Oh. Really hard. Okay, cool. That's good to know. That's what I love about calisthenics. You can always find a variation. So if you can't do a certain exercise, I can guarantee that you can find a variation that you can do. And then that's how you progress. Slowly but surely adjust which variation that you're using. Use progressively more challenging variations and you unlock the move. Cool. So I've got the luxury of having the band, so I'm going to use it. Let's do it. So when setting up my band, I'll put the band over my wrists like this and do that. I've seen other people attach it to the actual ring like this and do it. I think works as well, but I didn't like that because I think the band then gets in the way of your hand. I don't know how you're supposed to grip the band if that's in the way. And where does that go? Do you just hold that bit on there? Like, just holding it doesn't feel very secure because that could slip out your hand. So I like doing it this way. Put it on your wrists, wrap it round. That's secure then. The same thing for this one. Take the same thing, wrap it round, and then that's stable then. And then your hands are free then, so your hands can just grip onto the rings. And then, to be fair, they need to come down a bit lower actually. Get these a bit lower. Like that. And then put one knee in. 2 knees in. Cool. But that's how I get my reps in with the band. I'm going to try and max reps now without a band. I think I'm going to struggle to get 3 or 4. If I get 4, I'll be impressed. I think it's interesting as well comparing my maximum reps numbers to, well, my maximum reps numbers on a ring compared to on a bar. My numbers on a bar are much higher, obviously, because rings are more difficult. Your whole your whole core has to work overtime when you're on rings. Just to keep your body stable, it's tough. Cool. Give myself 30 seconds and then go for maximum dips. I think that's a good general rule of thumb though. At home, if you're a beginner, a lot of the exercises that you see can be done whilst keeping your feet on the ground. Like what I did with pull-ups, I just do rows to warm up and keep my feet on the ground. But it's very, very similar movement. So you're still working on the same muscles that you need to build in order to do pull-ups by doing rows. And then same thing by doing the dips with your feet on the ground as well. You're still building the same muscles that you need to do dips, like standard dips. Okay, maximum dips, let's see. What can we get? I reckon I'm gonna get about 3 dips. Don't sound very confident. Let's go, let's see. Maximum dips. Eight. That's not bad. That's a lot more than I thought I'd get. 8. All right. 8 dips. It's weird though, because normally my dips are much higher than my pull-ups, but I don't know. Well, I wrote down energy 7, but I'm going to correct it to an 8. I feel pretty good today, actually. So, well, pull-ups, dips done, and then pistols don't change actually. 17, it's pretty good. In fact, no, because we did pistols. That's 17 assisted pistol squats. Talking to myself there. So I'm referring to my last max reps test where I did 17 pistols. Cool. Try and get some pistols in now actually. Using the rings. that was rings. That was like double-handed assisted pistol squats. But now I don't know what's better, 2 hands or 1 hand. I'm gonna try again, but this time I'm gonna do 1 hand. I don't know whether having 2 hands on it was actually making it harder to balance. I think 1 arm's definitely better. I'm from England. Thanks for joining. I've just done some pull-ups, dips, and now I'm doing some pistol squats. I'm trying to work out what's better, 2 hands or 1 hand. I think I'm finding 1 hand on the rings are easier for doing pistols with.